Welcome back to This Week in Auburn Sports. I'm Plainsman sports editor Eric Wallace, joined for the second week in a row by future Plainsman advisor Ron Burgundy. Ron's back from the Comedy Central roast of Justin Bieber just in time to talk about some Auburn sports with us, and it's a full weekend of events, so we'll hop right into it. Probably the biggest event going on campus is the NCAA Auburn Regional of Gymnastics. Auburn is hosting a number of the top teams from across the nation. And most specifically, probably the biggest storyline heading in is definitely the fact that Alabama will be coming to the Auburn Arena with their 112-match, 35-year winning streak on the line. This is probably the best Auburn gymnastics team that the university has ever seen. So if there's ever been an opportunity for Auburn to end the streak, it's here and now. And I'm sure the girls like Megan Walker and Caitlin Atkinson, both of whom were named All-Americans this season, would love to go and finish this season by ending the streak, of Alabama. If you're on campus this week, make sure you pick up the print edition. We got a great profile of Atkinson, who's really come a long way. She had lofty expectations coming into college, and she's really living up to that, according to head coach Jeff Graba. Moving on to the campus's other successful teams, softball continued its dominance last night with a victory over Tennessee. They'll look to take the series tonight at Jane B. Moore Field against the Volunteers, who are number 11 in the nation. And finally, they're having one last game on Saturday against the Vols. It's been more of the same for Auburn. Frankly, they're outscoring opponents, and the pitching is still improving and has gotten better. Last night, they only gave up 2 runs. And even though the offense didn't hit one of the home runs that they've become so used to, because frankly they lead the nation in that category, they were still able to manufacture some runs with several singles in consecutive. So be sure to check that out if you're in Auburn this weekend. In other news, baseball is welcoming the Arkansas Razorbacks to town. Baseball's been improving a little bit. They had a good series victory at Mississippi State, who's a little bit down this year by their own standards. But it's still good to see the Tigers get their first road win at Mississippi State since 2009. And just frankly moving in the right direction. Compared to last year, the Tigers have improved vastly. The pitching goes deeper than Keegan Thompson at this point. Cole Lipscomb had a good outing in Starkville. And the hitting to players like Anthony Greer, Melvin Gray, Jordan Ebert. He was good last year. He's still good this year. Daniel Roberts coming along. He's got a lot of big hits in clutch situations for the Tigers. So the improvements there for Sonny Galloway's team in his second season on the Plains. And finally, one of the lesser-known sports around campus, track and field, is hosting a home track meet this weekend. They'll have field events on Friday and running events on Saturday afternoon. So be sure to check that out. If you're in town, it's not often that you get a track meet that's within travel distance for most fans. So if you're trying to find something to do before the gymnastics meet at 6 p.m., that's definitely a great option. Also, if you're on campus, make sure you pick up a print edition of the Auburn Plainsman. A lot of big news. David McKinney, the assistant sports editor, did a great story on how the university deals with unlicensed gear sales, from T-shirts, backpacks, etc. You've all seen them, but there's definitely a process in a department that's specifically set aside to dealing with those problems in the athletic department. Also, probably most importantly, the student media restructuration has begun on Auburn's campus, and we've got a great story package as well as an editorial with our strong stance on the issue. Definitely make sure you read that. Administration was not very forward with their descriptions of the events, and I know Ron, and frankly there wasn't a lot of research. That was something that bothered Ron a lot, and his friend Brian Fantana had some pretty strong words about what he thought about the research that was put in by the university with regards to their restructuring.
They've done studies, 60% of the time it works every time.
That's a pretty good way to put it. But otherwise, that's all we got for This Week in Auburn Sports. As always, make sure you pick up our print edition. And until next time, this has been This Week in Auburn Sports.